Good morning and welcome to the Capsule webinar on creating great B2C content that sticks. I'm joined by my colleagues Laura Shoebridge today and Fran Smith. Laura will be managing the webinar, and Fran, who is one of our digital marketing specialists here at Capsule, brings a wealth of experience in B2C marketing. And I'm Simon Isaac, the founder of Capsule. We're a compact, agile agency that punches above its weight. I'm also an internationally exhibiting artist and filmmaker. I'm just about to launch my 5th major body of work and my 22nd exhibition. I've been embedded in creativity my whole life, having owned my own camera from the age of 8. But enough about me, let's crack on with the reason why we are here today. We'll begin today by looking at the different types of content that you can produce for your business. I think this is important because we often get asked to produce a video by clients, but the most important thing to consider first is, what do you want the video to achieve? So we have a number of formats to consider. Do make notes and also pop any questions you have in the live chat for Laura, and we'll take those questions at the end. Have you ever noticed that video ads, they seamlessly blend into your online experience and they sort of make your mark across various social media platforms? They pop up when you're on Facebook, they pop up when you're in Instagram or when you're on Twitter or even in YouTube. Catchy videos have transformed B2C business and allowing you to reach people and your everyday customer in many more ways. So by creating attention-grabbing and compelling video content that focuses on your brand, you can make people more aware of what you offer and potentially increase your sales if that's what you want to achieve. Now, the video advertising sector ranks 4th within the digital world, and this will jump from a global revenue of about 135 billion in 2023 to around 190 billion by 2028. That's a huge change. And in this webinar, we'll dig deep into video marketing and advertising, discussing best practices and strategies for video advertising. Before you start producing video content, or maybe speak to an agency like ours, get a good idea in your head what you want to produce. Let's take a look at some of the most used forms of video content production and the ones we often get asked to produce for our clients. So let's start first of all with explainer videos. Now, these concisely explain your product or services features and benefits and perhaps your value proposition to potential customers. Now, these videos are excellent for introducing new products or maybe demonstrating how your existing products can solve customer pain points. The next one is product demo videos, and these showcase your products in action, maybe highlighting functionality, ease of use, or perhaps unique selling points. Seeing the product in action really helps people better understand its benefits and increases their confidence in making a purchase. Now, here's a tip. When you're creating product videos, don't tell, show. Try and take it from a lifestyle angle if you can. This connects better with shoppers so they can see your product incorporated into their lifestyle or their needs. As an example, you might want to check out GoPro's large library of product videos across all of their online platforms, whichever ones you prefer to look at. Each of their product videos shows you what's new and how this product helps to improve potentially your life. Next up, tutorial and how-to videos. These provide valuable educational info on how to use a product effectively or offer tips and tricks related to a product. Now, useful tutorials can establish your brand as a helpful resource, attracting customers seeking solutions to problems. When you create branded how-to videos, though, make sure that you give customers the information they need to use the product effectively, but also build confidence before and after purchase. Now, I know I use these product videos quite a lot when I'm making purchase decisions. I've been looking at buying used cameras lately, film cameras, and I've found these invaluable, and I've ended up buying the one which now I see was the right choice. But I did a lot of research with how-to videos before I actually made the decision. Fran?
Yeah, I was just going to add that I've just use this as well myself. So I've got one of the Lazy Spa blow up hot tubs recently, and when we opened the instruction manual, it was really complicated and wasn't really user friendly. So I went onto YouTube, searched for instructions on how to blow that up.
Oh, brilliant.
And then, yeah, just followed that really easily. It had endorsements as well for other products as well. So you could see the different hooks to
Buy
prompt people
more.
to buy more. So I might get myself a drinks holder.
Excellent. Thank you. Knowing step-by-step instructions are available 24/7 without relying on a customer service department, that allows people to understand and purchase more confidently, like Fran has done with her spa. Before we move on to talk about behind the scenes and customer testimonial videos, here's an interesting fact that 83% of customers don't trust advertising, but they do trust customer reviews more. Now, customer reviews and testimonials can help boost your online presence and sales. An Amazon stat I found recently says that around 72% of customers won't take action and buy until they've read reviews. And I believe that's true because I know I read reviews quite a lot, even when I'm buying sort of quite inexpensive items now. And there's so many of them available on platforms like Amazon that I want to make sure I'm making the right decision. So let's look at behind the scenes videos next. Now, these take viewers behind the scenes of your brand. Maybe it's operations, manufacturing processes, or even team culture. I think humanizing a brand by showing the people and processes behind it can strengthen emotional connections with customers. It brings a sense of reality to what they're buying. I think this is becoming increasingly important as more and more people make purchase decisions on ethics and fairness of the brands they choose. And you can see this coming over in how brands are marketing their products now when they're showing the factories that they're using to make clothes, for example. I think it's so important.
I think as well, a good example of this in the simplest format is the kind of pack your order with me trend that you can see out on social media platforms at the moment. Essentially, you're watching someone behind the scenes in the business packing an order, which on the face of it doesn't sound too glamorous, doesn't sound that interesting of a video topic, but it's a huge trend because it provides that window into business. It builds up that customer loyalty and they get that instant excitement that they're ordering, they've seen it and it's on the way.
Yeah, I like that, and that's a good point actually, because I had a pair of glasses made a couple of years ago, and they kept sending me videos of them actually in production in Hong Kong,
Cool.
and it was really cool, and I was like felt really special. And when they arrived, they had my name inside the arms as well. So like a personalized service, and the video content can help bring that to life as well. The next is customer testimonials, and these are sometimes hard to get, but critical to purchase decision making. If you can feature satisfied customers sharing positive experiences about your product or service, I think that's a really strong avenue to sort of drive sales and also belief in your brand. Authentic testimonials build trust and credibility. It helps to reassure potential buyers and overcome objections to what they're doing. And I mean, Fran and I have been discussing recently how people are using reviews and testimonial videos in TikTok as their go-to place for decisions on product, services, and places. And I think you've been doing that recently as
Yeah,
well.
it's interesting because TikTok on the face of it is a video platform, but it's become much more of a search engine and an e-commerce platform now. So people are using it very much in the same way that they would use Google. So for example, I'm planning my trip to Bali. I'm not Googling where to go in Bali. I'm watching on TikTok all the videos about Bali, looking at people's itineraries so I can plan mine. Equally for e-commerce platforms now, as an e-commerce platform now, that's where people are shopping as well. So, and you can link videos and product endorsements there as well. So the video content still relates really heavily into the e-commerce side of that.
Things are changing so fast, Fran, aren't they? I think,
Yeah.
what we have to realize is people are making their purchase decisions on platforms like TikTok now very quickly.
Yeah.
And it's the same on Instagram for me as well. I don't use TikTok, but Instagram's my go-to. So
Yeah, and if you think about it, customer testimonials obviously work hand in hand with the rise of the influencer market as well.
that's a good point.
So most often, in most cases, an influencer has the product with them. You believe that influencer has used that product because they love it, because they're telling you why they love it. So it's definitely people believe people nowadays, and that's what the platforms in terms of social media are all leaning towards.
Thank you. I think it's a good tip for you as well. If you're finding it hard to get customers to write good testimonials for you, you can incentivize them and run a competition. We've done that ourselves to sort of build up our Google testimonials, and we offered a prize to our clients. And for us, that's not like buying the testimonial, but it's a really good way to get people engaged, because it's an effort to do it, and people don't often want to. But if they really believe in you, then they will be happy to do it. And we got about 20 just by doing that. Compelling stories evoke emotion and resonate with the target audience's values, aspirations, or challenges. Emotional storytelling can create a real connection with customers and drive brand affinity and loyalty. And next to storytelling and sharing your brand with video marketing, you can also share the people who have been building the brand. This could be key members of your team. It could be the management teams that work on a project, or even people like chief executives as well, and C-suite teams. Sharing company culture really reinforces the value and efforts your services and products can provide your ideal target audience and ideal customers. And then social media stories and reels, comprised of short vertical video ads for platforms like Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok. They capture attention quickly and encourage sharing and engagement as well. And with stories and reels, consider things like the seasons and holidays as well. Your customers, they're flooded with sales discounts and new products that they want to add to their wish lists at all times, and they're constantly bombarded with content trying to grab their attention. And I'm sure that while Fran's doing her research on Bali, you're probably getting a lot of this content delivered to you and served to you now. Video content allows you to stand above the noise and grab attention effortlessly. I think, we know it's a statistic that around 64% of customers will make it a purchase decision after watching branded video on social media platforms. And if you're going to create videos for seasonal or holiday products or services, Facebook is probably one of the most effective platforms for your marketing efforts at these times. Now, Facebook video engagement stats show that 6% video posts score above other categories like photo posts, link posts, and status posts. So, the stat I gave you earlier about the spend on video advertising increasing at quite a pace, this really rings true, because that's the content that people want served to them. And here's another interesting stat for you. 80% of people perform online research before making large purchases. Now, don't always take it for granted that people who find your business know that you have the solution to their problem. Keep an eye on how your competitors are delivering on this too, because they'll also pop up in search as well, and sometimes on the platforms you wouldn't expect, like TikTok, and sometimes Reddit as well. Now, let's take a look at some of the most popular platforms for marketing and how you can use them to your best advantage. Now, we haven't included them all, but we've included 3 of our recommendations to get you started. And the reason we've chosen them is because they're easier to get started with than some of the other platforms, and they're also not as expensive to use as well. So let's have a look at YouTube. Now, YouTube boasts over 2 billion logged in monthly users, which is huge. Now, that makes it an ideal platform for reaching quite a broad audience. Now, you can use YouTube's sophisticated targeting options, including demographic targeting, interests, keywords, remarketing, to reach your ideal customers. And you can choose from various video ad formats on YouTube as well, which is great, like in-stream ads, which are skippable ads that you play before, during, or after other videos that the user's watching. And then you've got discovery ads, which appear alongside other YouTube videos or search results, and bumper ads, which are short, non-skippable ads. Now, YouTube also provides really robust analytics, allowing you to track metrics like views, watch time, engagement, conversions, and that data enables you to measure how effective your video ads are, and it allows you to optimize your campaigns accordingly. We always say catch people early, and we talked about this yesterday. You have less than 2 seconds to get people's attention. Now, since YouTube allows users to skip ads after a few seconds, it's crucial to hook viewers within the first 2 or 3 seconds of the video content you've created. Now, start with a compelling hook or maybe an intriguing question. to capture attention and encourage viewers to keep watching. Utilizing resources like YouTube's Intro Maker, which is a free tool, can aid in crafting really professional, engaging intros that can captivate people right from the very start. Now, for example, a pet food brand that we work with might start their video ad with a close-up shot of a dog catching a treat being thrown, with a bold statement like, is your dog bouncing with energy? Focus on storytelling as well. I mean, we spoke about that a little bit earlier, but tell a compelling story that resonates with your target audience. Use storytelling techniques to evoke emotional connection with viewers, ultimately driving your brand affinity and engagement. An example of that might be a sports brand that might create a video ad showcasing the journey of an amateur athlete, maybe training hard, achieving their goals, highlighting the brand's products. And then another important point is to optimize your content for mobile. That's really, really crucial, with a significant portion of YouTube views coming from mobile devices. Ensuring your ads are optimized for mobile viewing is absolutely critical. So the things you need to do there are making sure you use clear visuals, legible text, and really concise messaging to appeal to them. And finally, the good old calls to action, making sure that you utilize good CTAs will make a difference, a huge difference. Incorporating clear and compelling calls to action in your video ads to prompt viewers to take the desired action you want, whether it's visiting your website, making a purchase, or subscribing to your channel, will be a game changer. I've seen so many video ads recently where they haven't really got that right, and it's not taking people to the right page on a website. So really think about it and making sure it's joined up, and make sure that it's delivering what you want them to do and the action you want them to take.
Yeah, I was actually reading about this yesterday, and on YouTube as well. One of the key things, not only from your sort of copywriting side of things, getting that hook in early, that's important, but also a visual hook as well for YouTube, because there's such a variety of content on YouTube, and it's very much an engagement platform in the sense that I think there's more people stream videos on YouTube than Netflix now, which you think is kind of crazy. But it's saying about actually YouTube really kind of wants that more professional, really nicely pieced together video, rather than those other platforms that may allow scope for a bit more of a in-house project. They want something a bit more clean cut, because you need to get those transitions, get those hooks in, so that not only the message hooks them, but what they're actually seeing on the screen hooks them as well immediately.
That's good advice. Thanks, Fran. And then let's move on to Facebook. Now, I mean, this feels like the granddaddy of social media these days, but it's still super relevant and crucially important to marketing. So let's have a look at some of the things that are important within Facebook. Let's start with audience targeting. And with over 2.8 billion monthly active users, Facebook offers quite extensive targeting and retargeting options based on demographics, interests, behavior, and custom audience segments as well. Now, ad formats are really important, and as B2C brands, you can choose from various video ad formats on Facebook. These include in-feed ads, carousel ads, slideshow ads, and stories ads as well. And each format offers unique opportunities for storytelling and engagement as well. Next, native integration, which allows video ads to seamlessly integrate into a user's Facebook feed. Now, that increases the likelihood of engagement and also interaction with your brand. You can also leverage autoplay features and eye-catching visuals, again, to capture users' attention as they scroll through their feed. Finally, again, the all-important call to action buttons, and that, Facebook allows you to include these buttons in Facebook in video ads now. That could be things like shop now, learn more, or sign up. Now, these buttons encourage users to take action directly from the ad, and that will help drive traffic and conversions for you. As you can see from what we've just shown you, Facebook's a sophisticated video marketing platform these days. And here's some more critical considerations if you are considering using it. Now, always designed for sound off viewing, which sounds strange, but many users watch videos on Facebook with the sound off. So create your video ads that are visually engaging even without sound. Do use captions, text overlays, and compelling visuals to convey your message effectively, as Fran was saying a moment ago. For example, a food delivery brand like Uber Eats might create a video ad showcasing popular foods with text overlays highlighting discounts and promotions. We also recommend testing different formats as well. Experiment with different video ad formats, such as in-feed videos, carousel ads, or stories ads, and see which ones resonate best with your audience, and test variations in length, test messaging, test creative elements to see which actually work for you, and then optimize the performance. And I mean, that's how we run campaigns, Fran, isn't it?
Yeah, definitely. I think the thing is with you, when you think about Facebook nowadays, I think everyone's got their specific use of Facebook, whether it's Facebook Marketplace or whether it's still the place that they go to use to see what people are up to, or whether they're using it solely as a messaging platform to stay in touch with friends or whoever. That using all the different options that are available to you means that wherever that person is in Facebook, whatever they're doing, you've got an opportunity to get in front of them. So my advice would always be turn as many on as possible. The other thing that you have to bear in mind, obviously, when you do that is there's a sizing factor into that. So if you where you want an ad in a story versus in feed, those are two different sizes. So you just need to make sure that when you capture your video, you're thinking about those things if you're going to put them on.
Good spot. Thank you. And don't forget to segment your audience as well. In Facebook's advanced targeting options to segment audiences based on demographics, interests, and behaviors are excellent. Tailor your video ads to different audience segments to increase relevance and also engagement. And then finally, optimize to autoplay. Now, since Facebook video ads autoplay as users scroll through their feed, design your ads to grab attention from the beginning. And remember, we said about the sound off as well. So use striking visuals and compelling imagery to stand out amidst the clutter that they're going to have in their feed. And then the final platform is Instagram. Now, this is my favorite and go-to social platform. And with over 1 billion monthly active users, Instagram offers high engagement rates, particularly amongst a younger demographic. Now, as a highly visual platform, Instagram's ideal for showcasing compelling, appealing video content. Make sure this is your primary goal when using Instagram as a marketing tool. Get that video content looking really sharp. And then think about your video ad formats as well. Using the advice we gave you earlier, what are you looking to achieve? What do you want these things to do? Are you looking to drive people to a website? Are you looking to get people to purchase? Are you looking for people to get more information about your product? Think about that before you actually generate the content that you're going to deliver, because your brand can leverage various video ad formats on Instagram. Now, again, these include in-feed video ads. They include stories ads, Instagram TV ads as well, and reels. And each format offers different opportunities for creativity and storytelling. And then obviously, don't forget Instagram shopping. You know, that's a go-to tool for many B2C brands these days. And I know that because I use it quite a lot. This is because brands can actually tag products in videos and in their video ads through Instagram shopping, allowing users like me to shop directly from the ad without leaving the app. And for me, that's increasingly important because it builds trust in the purchase journey as well. Finally, make sure you've got a hashtag strategy in Instagram. Utilizing relevant hashtags in video ad captions can really increase discoverability and reach as well with your audience. You can research popular hashtags in your niche and incorporate them strategically into your video campaigns. And then here's some more Instagram critical stuff that will really benefit you if you're using Instagram for video marketing. First of all, create scroll stopping content. Now, Instagram, as I said earlier, it's a highly visual platform. So make sure you create video ads that are visually captivating and attention grabbing. Use bold colors, dynamic visuals, and creative transitions to make your ads thumb stopping. It's a big ask, but the more you focus on it, the better you'll get at it as well. And as we talked earlier, optimizing what you're doing, changing stuff based on performance for your analytics, that would be a game changer for you. Make sure you utilize Instagram stories as well. These are a favorite of mine. You know, they reach users in a more immersive and engaging format. And use features like interactive polls, swipe up links, and stickers to engage viewers and drive action. Also keep it short and punchy. given the short attention span of users on Instagram and the amount of content they're consuming, keep your video ads concise and to the point. Aim for between 15 and 30 seconds to deliver your message effectively without losing the viewer's interest. And then finally, where you can, encourage user participation. Encourage user-generated content and participation by incorporating user-generated videos or testimonials into your video ads. That can foster authenticity and trust amongst your audience as well. And here's a final point about Instagram, about creating influencer highlighting videos. This is a really important thing to consider about your Instagram marketing and advertising strategy. Now, around 89% of marketers say the return on investment from influencer marketing is comparable to or better than other marketing channels. It's a really good way to encourage sales, but influencers need to be considered carefully. That's the one thing I would say, making sure that they have a good affinity with your brand and connection with your brand as well, because at the end of the day, you have no real control over this influencer and what happens to them and what they do with their content. So it can easily go very wrong for you. That lack of control is a key thing to consider. So that's what we've done for the day. Fran and I are here to take questions now. Laura, over to you. Have we got any questions on the
So we have one here. I've got quite a small budget, so I'm looking to create the video content myself. Do you have any tips on making this look professional?
I think the first thing to think about is what platform you're going to deliver the content on. And if you've got a small budget and you, like a startup, for example, what do you think with the right platform? Is it Facebook or?
I would say maybe consider TikTok and Instagram personally, because I think those are the ones that people kind of use to, so Instagram often is the platform that people use to see those behind the scenes. That's kind of getting more of a real impression of what happens in that business, who are the faces. So there's definitely a place on Instagram for that kind of, that more like raw footage that's not being designed in a studio. And that's not to say that there isn't a place for that kind of footage. There definitely is on Instagram. But I would say, yeah, Instagram is kind of where you see more of that kind of content. TikTok as well, because there are so many people on TikTok, from your big brands all the way to, you know, individuals at home who just want to take videos of their dog or of their nails, or, you know, anything that is of interest to them. So again, that one allows for a bit more sort of home styling kind of videos. The only thing that I would say, that although yes, there is a place for that footage, there isn't a place for bad footage. So even if it is filmed on an iPhone, that's absolutely fine. But just make sure that you factor into those things of, is this compelling? Have I got a hook in there straight away? Is there anything that actually I don't want to be in the background that gives a negative impression of my brand? Think about those things. But yeah, definitely, if you haven't got the budget, you can consider creating those videos yourself, and particularly organic content. Often that is going to be the case, that you will create those videos yourself, and think about having more of a designed video for paid ads.
Good point, actually. Just a tip as well is, if you are going to make your own video content, then storyboard it. So, you know, do it like frame by frame, or give yourself a bit of a script, a framework to work with. We do actually have some other webinars that we've recorded, and we've got some really good free guides as well, which I'll ask Laura to share, about how to create great video content. Good question, thank you.
We've got time for one more question. So any tips on how long the video should be? How long do we have to grab our audience's attention?
I think, as we said earlier, you need to grab people in the sort of first 2 or 3 seconds. That's the important thing, to get your hook in really early. And then in terms of the advertising content itself, I think 15 to 30 seconds is like optimum. And if you're going to create something which is more like a how-to video, or as Fran said, you know, the packing video for delivery, go up to 45 seconds. And you know, I would probably leave it at that as a maximum, because what we've noticed in some of the stats that we use in our research, that people drop off like the edge of a cliff at 45 seconds, particularly in YouTube content?
Yeah, it definitely depends on kind of the use of the video. Like, what are you aiming to achieve from this video? So say if it's a video that's going to be hosted on your website as opposed to on social media, and it's really to give that look into the business, you may go longer there because you might think someone who's already landed on your website, they've already got a level of interest. They may therefore watch it longer. But for example, on a social media platform, we know that lots of people are on the platform just for engagement and to scroll. So if you want them to take in your message and watch the full video, it needs to have that hook, and it needs to be short enough that they can absorb it without feeling like it's create too much of an interjection into their streaming.
Have we got time for one more question, Laura?
It's 5%, so we probably should wrap things up now.
Oh, okay, thank you. Well, you can reach out to us. You can see our email address here, hello@Capsule Marketing, and our website address as well. We're always happy to chat about video content. So thanks everyone for joining, and we wish you a great day ahead.